Take a look at these two pictures. One is school in the 1950s, the other is school in 2013. What similarities do you see? What differences? Even though we have new tools and technology today, the structure of school really has not changed that much. What we're trying to do at Design 39 campus is not change the academic content. What we are going to change is the way kids experience that content. So let's think about what happens typically in education today. All too often, teachers are planning by themselves and teaching by themselves. There's the one teacher with their students. And when they do get together to collaborate, it's typically sharing and copying worksheets for each other. Now imagine if we changed that. Imagine if teachers worked in teams of 5 or 6, really using each other's superpowers, their passions, their strength areas, to be able to group kids and really personalize learning for them as they need. Sharing their pod of students. So again, it's not one teacher with their 28 students. Maybe it's 5 or 6 teachers with their 160 or so students. To give you a better understanding, I'm going to introduce you to 2 students, Dylan with the green star and Alex with the blue star. Dylan and Alex are 2 kindergartners at Design 39 campus. Let's take a look at how they start their day. Every morning, all students will start in a homeroom. What we're looking to do is have the homeroom teacher loop up with the students, so the students stay with the same homeroom teacher for 2 years. So for right now, Mr. Smith is a kindergarten homeroom teacher, and next year he'll keep his students during homeroom time and become a first grade homeroom teacher. And this is a kindergarten and first grade pod, so if you think half kindergarten, half first grade. Let's take a look at some of the possible groupings that we could be doing. Here we have Dylan and Alex split up. Maybe Dylan is working on a small group at his particular reading level that he needs. Maybe Alex needed a comprehension skill, so the teachers grouped by need, and both students are getting their personalized learning at their level and area of need. On the side, you can see other possible ways we might group: by age, by needs, by interests or passions. So for example, if kids are into sports or if they're into building, we can then group that way and use the curriculum with their passions. Maybe they're reading books on building. Maybe they're doing math facts with sports teams. We also can group by instructional levels, projects kids are working on, content areas they need, and by learning styles. Some students might learn better in small group, so making sure that we're able to give them that when they need. Here might be another type of grouping where we have Dylan and Alex, one in the makery and one is in the collab space, the collaboratory. Maybe the child in the makery just finished learning about building and science, and right now they're learning about pulleys and levers, and they're creating toys, building actual toys that they've designed, and they're going to be sending to the children's hospital. So you can see how we can really use the spaces and use our resources to better help students. In the bottom picture, we have 2 teachers team teaching. This also makes this possible, where teachers can team teach together to really help students with what they need to learn. Throughout the day, all students will get a balance of instructional settings. These are the 4 instructional settings that we've identified. Campfire is when somebody, doesn't have to be the teacher, but somebody is presenting. They're telling a story, and all the students are sitting around what we would call a campfire. Maybe they're sitting on the rug. Maybe they're sitting in these little cubes called sugar cubes. But they're sitting and they're listening to the person speaking. The cave time is their individual work. This could be time on their computer. This could be time working on a concept, processing what they've just learned or what they're learning. Having that quiet cave time. Watering hole would be small group. They're working together, they're collaborating with a small group, maybe creating something or analyzing something. They're really working collaboratively in a group. And life, we always want to make sure that we're bringing things out to real life, like the example of the student building the toy to send out to the children's hospital. Throughout the day, all students will get a balance of all of these settings. So here's a possible schedule of what it might look like. And as you can see, we have it by the grades. So we have a pod of maybe 6, 8, 4, 5, 2, 3, and TK1. This is a possible schedule, possible groupings. All students start in homeroom. That's the triangle in the beginning. Then we have a big blue block, and that is instructional time. I'm going to be showing you how that could look in just a moment. Then we have staggered lunch, so you see kindergartners will not be eating lunch with 8th graders. Then we have our afternoon time, our MIME time, Minds in Motion, and then which is like PE, and then all students end the day in homeroom. So students will at least be in homeroom in the morning and at the end of the day. Let's take a look at what a possible morning might look like. There you see the homeroom triangle. The top example might be more primary or early elementary, and the bottom example typically would be more upper, because in the primary it's more skill heavy and a little less content, and once you get in the upper grade levels, it's more content heavy and less skills. So students start in homeroom, and this is a pod of teachers. So you see the 5 circles for literacy skills at the top, different sizes. That's a team of teachers, each taking a group of students. And they're working on phonics or phonemic awareness, reading comprehension, writing, literature, any type of skill that students might need. The hexagon in the middle would be the integrated content area. That's where social studies and science connected with reading, writing, and math would be happening. The yellow circles would be similar to the literacy skill groups. These would be math skill groups. And again, we'd be grouping students by interest, by need, instructional settings, different combinations to help them develop these math skills such as number sense, algebraic thinking, and all of those skills you see there on the right. And then it would be lunchtime. On the bottom part, you see it's kind of flipped a little because again, it's more content heavy in the upper grade levels, and then the mix of the skills.